Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk. And, yeah, it's been a while since I've made a video. Um, yeah, it's been quite a while. Just busy with work. I've also been just kind of tired. I did the Q&A. I did go to Orlando, Florida for the week a couple weeks ago. And I got to see the performance there. Not inside the performance center, they went less in because they're unfortunate they weren't doing tours. But I guess what was funny is when I was at the performance center taking a couple pictures outside the building, I guess that was the day when they started doing the whole inviting all the YouTubers to test out the game. So I was not aware of this until a couple of days when they released the footage. So I think that was kind of cool that I was just a door inch of just entering the building and seeing all this, kind of getting spoiled and see all that gameplay for 2K19 is coming out. Of course, Orlando overall was still a lot of fun. We got lightning thunderstorms. It was really high. It was humid there. But it's just nice overall. And, it's not the first time I've been to Orlando. It was just first time in, I think, 2011. I think was the last time I went. So, yeah, it's been a long, long time since I've been there. But so yeah, like I said, a lot of stuff's been happening. And I just got good news too, involving Brandon. So for those of you asking about Brandon, Brandon actually just went to the doctors today. And good news is his thumb should be good to go very soon. He does not need for it to get cut off or anything else. I believe he's going back to work starting tomorrow. But he's going to be on light duty. He's going to be just working pretty light at work. I believe until the 17th, and then from there he'll start working normally. So for now, Brandon is doing great. Everything seems to be going fine with him. So that's kind of a little update on him. So hopefully that means we'll start seeing him in more a better mood. And that's why you haven't seen a lot of videos for Brandon myself. It's just Brandon just been having the thumb issues, been going through a lot, and everything is. This whole thing's been kind of us mine, so I kind of wanted to give him a break on that. So I just want to give you a quick update on that. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about this because this is the topic of the day, and I cannot wait for our guys like the Saw Monster to watch this, listen to this, or I can't wait to listen to his podcast on Sunday about this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll even put in the description down below in the video to subscribe to Saw Monster and follow him on Twitter. Great guy. He does awesome wrestling podcasts. Deluxeman has talked about this briefly. I didn't really get too much on that. You can also subscribe to Deluxeman and follow him on Twitter. But I'll mainly do one for Saw Monster because he deserves it. And when he talks about this on Sunday, I can't wait. I'm going to be getting the popcorn and everything. But this is a controversial topic to talk about. The reason why I say it's controversial is because either you're going to get people that agree with it or disagree with it. You're going to get people that hate their opinion either way. And after Brian Zane, guys like the Great One kind of stayed there, kind of defense. A lot of the wrestlers defending this whole Brie Bella thing. As you are aware, unfortunately, Liv Morgan did suffer concussion while she got hit not once but twice in the face with multiple kicks, with kind of like the yes kicks that Daniel Bryan used to do, but Brie was doing them, and she kicked Liv Morgan straight in the face, not once but twice, gave her concussion, knocked her out, and from there the internet blew up, and then from there, you have fans saying like, "Oh, Brie Bella's dangerous," and then you have other people, like other wrestlers, defending Brie and everything. And even Bubba Ray actually had the gall to say that Liv Morgan was the one at fault. And look, before I go on anything, so here's the thing. When I state my claim, okay, this is my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's cool. Brian saying and guys at Great One have their own opinion, but I want to state the facts here. Because they did leave some important details for my remember, and I'll explain that reason. And it's not a bash on anybody. Person wise, they all seem nice. It's not a bash on Liv Morgan or Nikki Bella. In fact, Nikki Bella doesn't really have anything to do with this. So Nikki Bella is gone. She's not even in this picture. It's mainly going to be about Brie. And when I say this is not a hatred towards Brie Bella as a person. She seems very nice. She's a mother now. She seems to have a great life right now. She's living a life. Total Divas is back, even though really nobody watches it right now. I don't hate her as a person. Yeah, I'm not even saying like I hate her. Really, I'm not. I don't really hate Brie Bella or really the Bella twins. I'm not the biggest fan of them in terms of like in ring wise, but I don't hate them. So I want to just clarify that before anybody starts crapping on me, okay, and saying like I just do it because I'm biased because I hate the Bella twins. I don't hate them as people. I don't even really hate them. But I have to be honest, and when I talk about this honesty, I hope you listen to this very carefully, and I hope you understand. And maybe by the end of it, you will understand. Maybe you'll agree. Maybe you won't. I know some of you will probably agree. Some of you will not. But I do have to get my thoughts on this because, quite honestly, I can't just let this sit in and let this Twitter war and everything, this whole controversy it's the Bell Army versus the non-Bell Army. It's the haters versus the non-haters. And I have to come clean, and I have to be honest. I gotta have to state my own opinion. I gotta look at everything that's happened. So let's start with the whole Liv Morgan thing. Okay, look, I am fully aware that accidents are going to happen when you're in the ring. It happens in any sport, even acting. When you're like a stuntman, accidents are going to happen. You're taking a big risk. You don't know what's going to happen. Everyone is fully aware of this. When you step in that ring, you're taking a big risk. You could get hurt. You can get injured. Your career could end. Your life could end. We know this. We know this. But at the end of the day, the goal of professional wrestling is to protect each other no matter what. Your goal is not to hurt the other. Your goal is to protect them. They're like a dance partner. You don't want to go out there and hurt them. You want to tangle with them. You want to kind of have them lead or you lead them. You need to work together to put on performance for the fans. So I want to clarify that right now. That I'm not saying that Brie Bella did not do this on purpose. She did not do this on purpose. I 100% agree. It was more likely an accident. It was an accident. I can't blame her for that. She didn't do it on purpose. It's not like Sexy Star was actually injured someone on purpose. That's one thing I'll say about Brie Bella. When she did, it was accident. Sexy Star does it. It's on freaking purpose. That's why I can't stand people like Sexy Star as people because they're just despised human beings. But Brie, it was an accident. So let's look at the situation. So pretty much in the match. I'm not gonna. I didn't really watch the entire match, but I did watch some of the highlights and clips of this whole thing, so I could get my own forte on it. So Brie and Liv Morgan were in the ring, and Liv Morgan's down, and you have Brie doing the kind of the Daniel Bryan yes kicks, and it looked like Brie might have kicked her in the face, Liv Morgan in the face once. Okay, the one thing was kind of accidental, like that's gonna happen. Then she hit her a second time. And I kind of went like, okay, that was a little much. But at least Brie wasn't like, haha, I did, or you deserved it, bitch, or anything like that. She was concerned. Liv was limp. She was almost completely knocked out. She had to be taken to ringside doctors who were actually at ringside literally during the match. They did not take her in the back and were check on her and everything. And unfortunately, this thing happened. And ever since then, everybody's blown up with them. Brie Bella's dangerous. And you have people like Brian saying defending Brie Bella and saying, "Oh, it's not her fault," and accidents happen. And Seth Rollins was worse. A lot of people seem to be missing the bigger picture in the situation. This goes more than just Brie accidentally hurting, injuring one person. This isn't just her first botch coming back. A lot of people seem to forget that. A lot of people are kind of overlooking this and thinking, "Oh, it was just the one, this one-time thing. Like she's a terrible worker," and like they're not seeing the bigger picture. Ever since Brie Bella came back, what was it? I think it was a couple months ago. I think it was a couple months ago. I could be mistaken. And this is when she just returned back to the ring. I think it was like a few months ago, right? No more, a couple months ago. You know, um, and I remember there was the whole controversial with Brie Bella doing 2 suicide dives and botching both of them really bad. The first one, you can make an argument that maybe Sarah Logan wasn't in the right place. So that one, the first suicide dive she did on Raw was debatable. Second time though, that was all her. Like she missed and landed on her head, and she could have severely injured herself. So that was kind of the start of everything. And she botched twice, and that was bad. And keep in mind, I'm doing all this stuff in my head that I've seen on my television screen, that I've seen on the network. I'm not going on live events because I don't know what happens at live events. And remember, this is all spent a couple months. So you have the 2 botched suicide dives on Raw. Then I believe at Hell in a Cell, I think it was at Hell in a Cell, Brie accidentally punched The Miz in the face, actually hard, and busted him open. If I'm not mistaken, it was Brie Bella that punched him really hard. I know for a fact Brie punched Miz and he got busted open. And it wasn't on SmackDown. I think it was on Raw, on Hell in a Cell. But again, that was an accident. But then I didn't even realize this on an episode of SmackDown. One of my friends shared this with me. That Selena Vega, she got hurt from a running knee by Brie Bella on SmackDown. And I saw the clip in super slow motion because sometimes you watch on TV, maybe it's just an ad or whatnot, but it looked like she actually got her in the face. Now, granted that you can say that Selena didn't say anything, there weren't any like, "Oh, she's injured" or anything. So again, that one you can kind of debate on, but still, her or not, that was really close. So you had that. I didn't even know that one. Thanks, my friend, for that one. You know who you are. You're watching this. Um, and then on Raw, on this week's Raw, a lot of people forget there were 2 major botches. You had the more infamous one where she kicked Liv Morgan, faced not once but twice. But then you also saw another botch with Brie, where again the idea was she was supposed to be slingshot into Ruby Riott, and Ruby was gonna elbow her. Well, apparently Brie Bella forgot, or I don't know what happened, but as soon as she got slingshot, she hit Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott no sold it, and Ruby Riott looked pissed. Like if you know if you know what I'm talking about, go watch Raw when they're doing the match, and pay attention to the part where I think it was Sarah Logan launches Brie into the corner of Ruby Riott with a slingshot and everything. So it looked like, yeah, Ruby was supposed to hit her, but Brie didn't and hit Ruby Riott in the face, and Ruby no sold. Ruby and Sarah did not look happy. I think after the whole Liv Morgan incident, they were just not happy, and the botch that just made it even worse. But again, why her Brie Bella apologized to Liv, so again, this was not on purpose and everything, but the apparent Riot Squad were not happy. And I could tell on their body language and their faces they were not happy. The point I'm trying to come across is this. This is not like the first time Brie Bella this is not the first time her being back she botched. Okay? If this was her first like botch coming back and she did this, like again, it would suck for Liv. I would still say like, wow,
I feel really bad for Liv. But I could still go on and say, you know what, it was still an accident. Accidents are going to happen. But this is not Bree's first rodeo game doing botches. Ever since she's come back, she's been botching, either hurting people or botching horribly. And I think that's what one of the things people like Brian Zane and Greg Moore are forgetting about. Everyone's so focused on the Liv Morgan thing, they're not seeing the bigger picture here. And Brian Zane and the Great One both have their counterattack with, well, Seth Rollins injured both Steen, John Cena, and what was it? Finn Balor within a year. And granted, they're right. Seth Rollins did injure them. He injured John Cena in the nose, which sucked. He ended up injuring Steen by accident. But again, Steen was an old man, and taking 2 buckle bombs on an old veteran was not even the smartest move to begin with. Whether that's far or not, I mean, that should have never happened. And then the last one with Finn Balor, you can even debate was kind of both of them. Because Rollins threw him too soon on the barricade. And Balor went to catch himself, stuck his arm out, and that's when the injury happened. So you get to debate that technically, though, SummerSlam with Balor got injured was both of them. And let me rephrase this so everyone kind of understands. Seth Rollins has injured 3 people in a span of a year. Brie Bella has botched/injured people in a couple of months. Do you see where I'm getting at? And this is not me. Oh, I'm just defending Seth Rollins. I'm really looking at this as a whole picture here because it really boggles my mind when people are trying to counter argue and they're not seeing the bigger picture here. I'm not defending Seth Rollins. I'm just saying Seth Rollins, what he did with the injuries was it was terrible. It sucked, and they should never have happened to begin with. I'm not trying to defend Rollins. All I'm saying is a full year injuring 3 wrestlers is much more different than constantly botching and harming/injuring 3 other people in a span of a couple months. That's all I'm saying. Like you can clearly see the big picture here now. And again, this is not me hating on the Bell twins, but really, ever since Brie Bella's come back, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's ring rust. I don't know if it's because she had the baby. I don't know if she's nervous. I don't know if she's out of shape. I just don't know what. But if I would have known she was going to be this bad, I would have had her properly train more. If I knew she was going to have this much problems, I would have sent her back to Performance or had her continue training with Daniel Bryan or something. Like, no, you're not ready to come back. There's something wrong. You're not ready. You need to go home and you need to practice some more. And when we think you're ready, 100% ready, then you can come back. Because this is awful. And what sucks is poor Bree's getting shit canned over this, and it's not fair to her because she seems like a nice person, but at the same time, I have to put my foot down and say, look at this. You're botching left and right. You almost got yourself killed. You concussed another wrestler. You almost injured another on SmackDown, named Selena Vega. And then you bust open The Miz. And this is all a span of a couple months. All of this happened in the span of a couple months. 2 months compared to a year. Do you see my problem? Do you see where I'm getting at? Do you understand why stuff like what Brian Zane said kind of aggravated me a little bit? Because Brian Zane, I met the guy. He's an awesome guy. He's smart. He knows what he's talking about. Go subscribe to his channel. But when he says stuff like that, it makes me kind of laugh and go, well, clearly everyone's not seeing the bigger picture here. I don't want anybody hurt. I understand injuries are going to happen. They can happen anytime. It's a big risk in the ring. I get. No one was doing anything on purpose. Injuries suck. It's going to happen. But when it comes to Brie, if you're hurting people, you're already botchy and you're sloppy in the ring, and you've only been back for a couple of months, there are two things need to happen. Either you need to retire or you need to take a break and get in better ring shape and just train more. And even Deluxeman even made a good point in one of his videos saying another thing that makes us mad is when Doug keeps calling the Bella Twins legends, and then we see Brie doing this. We see Brie doing this. Keep in mind the announcers, WWE themselves are calling the Bella Twins legends, and one of these legends is botching, nearly getting herself killed, and injuring others and spending a couple of months. That's a legend? That's one of the biggest reasons. I think that the biggest problem with the Bella Twins, it's not even the Bella Twins themselves, it's the fact that we promotes them as legends, as like major pros, and yet now we see Brie Bella and she's hurting people, intentional or not, and she's hurting herself. She's taking risks, and now people are scared of her. There's already jokes about her, like botch mode, and freaking people. There are people making fun of her, like, oh man, even people in New Japan are this stuff. Like, it's scary. I'm afraid to get in the ring with Brie Bella because I'm being honest. And look, a lot of people are a fan of Bella Twins. I get that. But I'm looking at facts here. That there's the difference. I'm not hating the hate. I'm looking at facts. Brie Bella, she needs to do something. Whether that's retire from in-ring competition or take some time off and train more. But if this continues, we might have somebody else get injured. Brie Bella could be in a wheelchair. We don't know what's going to happen. She's been doing all this stuff in 2 months. What's going to happen in another month? What's going to happen? Is she going to injure herself again? Is she going to hurt someone else again unintentionally? I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, and I want everyone to be safe as possible. But when you have someone like Brie who came back and is considered a legend, and she is making mistake after mistake after mistake and almost costing people's careers, injuring them, making botched mistakes left and right, and spending 2 months, I have to put my foot down saying, okay, something's not working here. Clearly, she has ring rust or something's up. She's not in the right mindset. I don't know what it is, but she clearly needs more training. Like, so look, I know this was a kind of a controversial thing to talk about, but I want to give my honest thoughts and state the facts here. So I hope everyone understands this, and I hope guys like Brian Zane watches. I hope the Great One watches, and hopefully they listen to this, and maybe, just maybe they'll realize, you know what, he has a good point. But if they're going to defend the Belgians, that's fine, and then do that. But again, injuries can happen all the time. My point is, though, if someone's continuing to botch and hurt others or hurt themselves, especially in the span of just a handful of weeks, it's time to kind of put your foot down and go, okay, we need to do something about this. Either we need to ask her to retire from the ring, or she just needs more training or something. Because I'm afraid if this continues, we're going to get more injuries, or Brie could get injured, and no one wants to see anybody get injured. Nobody. No one wants to see anybody get hurt. No one wants to see these horrible botches. No one. We want to see a fluent, smooth match where everybody's fine. But I'm sorry, if Brie does not step up her game or do something, in a year we could get more injuries and botches than Rollins. Again, Rollins had 3 injuries in a year. Brie has had 5 different botches, and one of them was busted open. The other nearly killed herself. The other one concussed Liv Morgan. The other almost injured another person, being Selena Vega. in 2 months. I hope people understand where I'm coming from and they just see the bigger picture. So if anybody watches this, I implore you, please share this video. Let everybody know how I feel. Listen to what I'm saying here. And no one deserves to get injured. I don't want anybody to get injured, but if this continues, you're going to get more injuries on the list. Something more bad's going to happen. You think this concussion was bad? Next time, someone could get severely injured. Someone could die. It could happen. We just need to do something. Either Brie needs to step up her game, retire, or needs to just take off time and just get back in the ring or just start training. We need to do something. We can't continue this. 2 months and all these botches and injuries happen. It's not acceptable. We need to change this. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from here. Everything. So I don't know, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to the Solid Monster, or you can follow him on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. Definitely check him out because I cannot wait to hear his response on Sunday. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. By that, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Again, I don't expect a bunch of likes. I don't expect a lot. I expect this to be very controversial, but I just hope everyone understands where I'm coming from. And that I'm not trying to bury anybody. I'm not trying to crap on anybody. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's safe. And I'm just thinking of the bigger picture here. Out of that, take care of my peeps. Talk to you guys next time.